Tonight on True, the real story of addicts. My name is George Oakley, but you can just call me Professor Oakley. Tonight I am here with Ashton Ketchum.
Caught him. It's Ashton caught him.
Right, caught him. My bad. This week's focus, as we both know, is bad addictions. You have an insatiable addiction to Pokemon cards. Would you like to tell me more about that?
Well, I found myself slipping into addiction after I bought my first pack way back in '95, and I figured everybody else was doing it, so why shouldn't I?
Right, it happened to the best of us. Would you like to tell us more about the effects that this particular addiction had on your life?
After I got involved with this game first, it was just a downward spiral. I wanted to be the very best, like no one ever was, and I just had to get them all. And when I finally did get them all, they came out with jungle packs and fossil packs and rocket packs, and it was ridiculous. There was no way I could collect them all, so I kept going and spending my money in hopes, fruitless hopes, that I would get the cards I wanted. And my friends pressured me, and it just became a really unhappy time in my life. And I'm sad I wasted my childhood that way.
Leaping Lapras, that sounds intense. You really were in the throes of that card game, weren't you?
I was, Oakley, I was. It's incredible to me to think how many children were seduced by this same phenomenon. I mean, once you're in the thick of it, it's everywhere. There's merchandise, movies, cards, and even TV shows all over, and it's impossible to escape.
Okay, I think we get it. You have a problem. But how much money exactly did you spend on this little game of yours?
Well, I know personally that I bought upwards of 100 booster packs of cards, which is little packs of nearly 11 cards, and I did some research about people like me, and 1 billion Pokemon cards were sold just within the few first months of their North American release, and that's incredible.
Wow! At $2.95 a pack? Well, that's a lot of money. Any final suggestions you have for our viewers and fellow addicts out there?
I'd just say to everybody out there who plays card games, just don't get started. It's not worth it. It took away my family, it took away my life, and I had no friends.
Well, that guy was a loon. We'll be back after a short word from our sponsors.
Pokémon Battle Frontier with hundreds of new toys. Wanna be a Pokémon master? Battle Frontier figures, Lucario, Shiftry, Gladios, and more. Battle Frontier. New deluxe figures with lights and sound. For realistic attacks, throw Pokeball. Launch into battle. Cool. Electronic talking Pokédex with all 386 Pokémon. Play 3 games. Now you're ready for Battle Frontier. Jack's Pokémon figures and accessories each sold separately.
No, Pikachu is not worth 2 Sandshrews and a Magmar, buddy. I'll trade you my Haunter for your Nidoran, though. But...
And we're back to True, the real story on addicts. Our next guest is a teacher from way out in the boonies, Brock. Just Brock?
Yeah, it's just Brock. My parents were drunk when they named me, and they just gave me one name.
Well, that's odd. As a 4th grade teacher at Palestine Elementary School, tell me, what effects have these Pokemon cards had on your children?
Well, when Pokemon cards first came out, they weren't that big, but then, once all the popular kids started bringing their cards to school and stuff, it just became this huge phenomenon where kids would trade cards during class and even do battles during class, and it just caused such a big disruption that I have to stop my class numerous times to either tell them to put their cards away, and sometimes even had to take their cards away, and they were not happy about that. And when they did trade in class, they had this thing called no take-back, and even though if somebody made a bad trade that they had regretted, they couldn't trade back, and that just created numerous problems, and some kids would even fight over their trades.
And he has been gracious enough to provide us with a recording showing just how insane these cards make children. Let's watch.
Do you have those cards you said you were going to trade me? Yeah, how about Bulbasaur and Porygon for your Magmar?
No way, first edition. I'll pay you all my lunch monies from the past 3 days, though.
Okay, sure.
Haha, you got ripped off.
No, I want them back.
No, they're all mine.
No, give me my, no.
Wow. That footage was unfrickin' believable. Thanks, Brock, for coming all the way out here, and good luck on your trip back to Palatown. We all know it's a long way, even if you do have a bike. Everyone here in our studio audience today gets a free Professor Oakley card. See the resemblance? Yeah, I hope not. Thanks for joining us, and join us next week for Addicted to McDonald's. Give me back my Big Mac. This is Professor Oakley, signing out.